Hello guys, welcome and welcome again to my channel. If it's the first time tuning in, my name is Maureen and I come up with motivation and lifestyle videos. And today in this topic I'm going to talk about how to avoid married men. I'll start with my story, and this is just a motivational story to someone. This is just motivation inspiration story to any person, anybody single there out there, how to avoid um, married men. I had a boyfriend and I met him when he was not married, and this is my story. And please, I need your subscription. I need you subscribe down there and like this video to reach this person, to reach this single man, to reach this single lady, to avoid getting into temptation, and hear the story and stay tuned, and I hope you're going to enjoy it. Okay, I was in a relationship and I loved this guy. We used to work together in the same company, and here I loved him so much. And from my story below, as you know that I had a child before, which I keep on saying every time. So in that relationship, this guy was ready to marry me, and he wanted to marry me, but he also wanted a child immediately. And I was like, I already have a child and I don't want to add another child immediately. I don't want to add another child if I have not made a plan for my firstborn. So here, the only thing that was taking me away from him was having a child with him before having a plan, before planning for my current one, of which I don't have right now, which he passed. So I decided, I was like, I didn't want to get married because I was like, if I get married, then this person will ask for a child, of which I'm not ready to. I was not ready for it. I loved him, but I was not ready for him. So I decided, let me now focus and try to go out of the country so that I can get a green pasture, build this child's life, then I can get into marriage. Because when you are a single mother, you really struggle for your kids. You really want the best out of your kids. And if you are a mature person, if you are a real woman, you will always want to find a better life for your kids before moving on. So here I traveled abroad and I wanted to set a better life for my son, then move on. So with this boyfriend of mine, I gave him everything that I had in my house. I gave him television. I gave him everything that I had, utensils, everything, cups with plates and everything that I had in my, even including some bed sheets that I had in my house. And I gave him those things as a trust that I'll be back to him. Then I left the country. And because I didn't want this guy really to put all the mind on me, I rarely contacted him. I rarely chat with him. And I gave him a chance. If he get a chance to move on. Because yes, I loved him. But what I was looking for, we had differences. So here now, when I moved out of the country, this guy also had a girlfriend before, of which this girlfriend had moved on and already have a child with another man. So when I went out of the country, this guy decided to get into the relationship with this lady, but he told this lady that he already have a girlfriend, because this guy was honest. To be honest, I can't say he was honest, because he had put all my photos which I took with him, and some of the photos on the wall, and this lady was able to see the photos. So unfortunately, on the first date, this lady got pregnant. And when I went back to my country, I found that I didn't go direct to their place, because somebody already told me that he's already married. He already have a wife, and the wife has what? Is pregnant, heavily pregnant with the twins. And I didn't visit this guy because I was like, okay, this guy is now married. He was my he was my um he was my fiance. He was my boyfriend, but now he's married. He has my stuffs. I was already like, I'm a person that who always like have a soft heart, but I was always like, uh, I didn't even bother like to take my stuffs or whatever because I just went home and I was silent. So this guy came to my place and he was told me like, you just came and you didn't even contacted me. I told I heard that you're married. So why could I contact you and I heard that you're already married? So this guy told me, okay, that was not his intention. That was not his intention. But um it just happened. So she just had to stay with this lady. But I don't understand. You can't believe someone because people come up with convincing tongues, right? Just to convince and win somebody. So here, this guy was like, every time would come to my place, but every time I tell him, no, you have to move on with your life because you are married. One day I asked him, where are my photos? What? So when I asked for my photos, he told me that the lady tore my photos. So that's when I became like kind of jealous. I became jealous because I wanted to know who is this lady that tore my photos, and she's using my stuffs. So this guy was very open because he really wanted to be with me, but unfortunately he impregnated a lady, and he just had to take him. He just had to take her, sorry. So I went and visited them, and the first time I entered the house, this lady, okay, she was in the house. I found out she headed my remote, controlling the television, and immediately she saw me, she was so like, she was kind of even shaking. So maybe she thought that maybe I have come to maybe to attack her, but I'm a good woman. I don't do such stuffs. So maybe she thought that maybe I have gone to attack her. Maybe I had gone to attack her in her home. So I just entered the house and I had a seat, and everything in the house was like mine. When you look at the TV she was controlling, when you look at the cups, everything she served me on, those was my stuffs. But I could not show my face because I'm a real woman. I know how to control stuffs. I know how to control my face. I know how to control everything, and it was not her fault or to add on that because she met this guy and it just happened. Yeah. And on the other hand, yes, she was his girlfriend before I met this guy, but he also came back to him, and he gave him a child of which I was not also ready. So it was my fault. So I had to be humble here. I had to be cool here. But when I left the home, this lady told this guy that, why can you just marry Maureen so that you can have two wives? And this guy really wanted me, and he was like, I want to be with you. I want you to take care of my kids. He even asked me if I can take him to the shop and decide which cloth he's supposed maybe to get for his kids. Yeah, I mean, to take him for shopping to get the clothes for the coming baby. And I was like, no, I will never get into somebody's marriage. I will never date someone that I know this person is married. Whatever the pain you feel when someone hurts you, what the pain you feel, that's the pain the person will also feel. So why should you express pain to somebody that you know it's hurting if you know the feelings already? So I said, no, I will never interfere into that. You moved on already, and I move on with my life. So that's how it went. And this is a motivation to anybody out here. This is a motivation to anybody, any lady out here, anybody out here, to motivate you that this is way of avoiding married man, because never hurt somebody's heart. We all have blood. We all women. Yes, you might get that happiness you want, you might get that love that you want in marriage as a second wife, but it will might come to a generation, because you might find that your daughter married as the first wife, and here comes the second wife. The feelings goes that the feeling will go to your daughter. The other thing is that you might find that after having also kids with this person will change. You might find that you're also having a miserable life. So this is just a motivation to anybody single lady out there. Please find your man. Find your man. Avoid getting into married person, because you never know what is ahead of you or us. Thank you so much for listening to this video. Please share to reach this person who is trying or have the mind of destroying somebody's family. Thank you so much for watching, and subscribe for more videos.